Here's another CPA exam tip. What to do the morning of the exam. Well, first of all, get a good night's sleep. I know you're going to be stressed, but try and relax. I remember when I took the exam, I was tossing and turning. It was hard to relax, but take some deep breaths, try to get some rest. Also, one of the things I always suggest is osmosis. Sleep on your books, right? The knowledge will just... No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But get a good breakfast or a good lunch, depending on what time of day your exam is. Usually some high protein, maybe a little bit of caffeine, because caffeine is our friend. Also, to battle nerves on the day of your exam. First of all, arrive early to the exam site because we tend to get lost, right? So anything that can happen will happen. Murphy's Law. So make sure you get there nice and early the day of the exam. Remember, you can't have tobacco, no food, no drink for the next 4+ hours. So what does that mean? Make sure you plan ahead for that. Also, make sure you hit the restroom just before you sit down to log in to your exam. Should I study the morning of the exam? A lot of people like to ask me that. I say yes, because I want to make sure that all of those memory aids and mnemonics that you've been studying for days or weeks or months, or some people just a couple of minutes, I want to make sure they're fresh in my head. So when I see that question on TET, BPO, 75 or 90, title transfers, bargain purchase, 75%, I can pull that information out of my head and put it right there on the exam paper. So I do suggest that you look it over just before. I remember in my exam, I took the exam, and after each exam, we had an hour-and-a-half break. I went to the parking lot, pulled out my beach chair, pulled out my notes, and I studied in between exams just to shift my memory from one topic to the other. So I highly recommend that you too review just prior to your exam. And that's my CPA exam tip.